This is where we're going to look at Ole Miss and how they run their four verticals a lot of different ways, and they do it out of different formations with two backs, and they get their fullback into the outside vertical space, and they also wheel their running back into the seams and outside. So we'll just dive into it. It's really interesting stuff and really good way to change up your vertical game. In this look here against South Carolina, you can see it's basically a 4-4 here, a one high look. I think there's a bit of a mix-up whether it's zone or man from this corner right here. But we'll play real quick so you can see exactly what takes place. Little play action here. You've got your guard coming right there for the C-gap. Everybody else is basically full sliding. They started in a three-back set. You've got your H, and you've got two tailbacks right here. What they end up doing is running a seam to the far hash right there. This fullback goes vertical to the outside fourth of the field. This front side back goes right down the seam right there. This back fakes across, and now he's a flat player. So you really go from a set that looks like you basically have one receiver out there to getting a flood and three verticals with a flat, and obviously there's another receiver over here probably running some sort of vertical, and as you watch it you'll see the quarterback's eyes start there to try to keep the defense rotated that way. But we'll play a little bit more so you can see exactly what's taking place. Again, coming across play action, he's coming across, ball snaps, he's going directly to it, fullback wheeling right here trying to get outside of that linebacker, and there goes that tailback down the seam right there, and they end up creating a big play. But what you can see is this back right here, he starts getting width. It looks almost like a cover three look based off what everybody's seeing. Their eyes are in the backfield looking at that action right there. Now this running back slips right by him through that seam. Obviously, one high look, that's going to be a weakness unless you can run with that guy man-to-man. But right there, they're able to create a big play off of that action. Again, we'll roll it one more time. Again, coming across. He's coming, it looks almost like a bang 8. It's not like he comes straight to it. He almost runs a bang 8 and then gets to that hash. He's going right there. That's the outside back. You can see this corner chases. I think he's confused whether it's man or zone. He ends up being that deep guy. He's actually the flat guy. Good job by Corral getting the ball out with a little bit of pressure and getting a completion for a big play. From this look, you can really see what the quarterback's looking at. He gets that, slides a little bit. Here's the guard coming across. His eyes start over here. There's only a single receiver over there. Here's that single safety. All right, he's keeping him true. Slides up in the pocket, and about that time, he starts working across because here's that outside receiver working across to that far hash. He drills it down the seam right there. Perfect throw right there. Never want to lay a seam up where a safety or a corner can come off and make a play. Right there, good shot as he's getting hit. Puts it right on the money for a touchdown for Ole Miss. Here's a very similar play for Ole Miss. This time, they bring their receiver in motion. Fake him all the way across going to the flats. Obviously, you can see this receiver is a lot wider here. He ends up taking the space in that deep fourth. Fullback comes across to the far hash, and then the tailback goes right there down that near hash. And we'll play to see exactly what takes place. Right here, Ole Miss is seeing a 4-3, too high look right here. And with that motion, you'll see exactly what takes place. These guys step down on that motion, that run action. Here's the guard pulling again, taking care of that C-gap. And you can see the fullback, how he releases outside of that end, and he's going across right there, trying to stretch that far hash. He takes the line, both linebackers right there, and he's going to hold that safety. And now you've got this outside backer that had 2-on-1 with the flat threat right there and the run threat. And now he's slipping that guy going vertical for a big play right there. Again, you don't want to lead that guy too far. There's going to be safeties and corners that can come off and make a play right there. But he puts it back shoulder, gives him an opportunity to make a play. Great job here. Starts working outside and then just slips that thing. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you get there quickly. Beat that guy with speed. Good ball right there, slowing him down. Should have been caught. Now they're rolling in space for another big play for Ole Miss. It's a really interesting play here against Indiana in the bowl game. Ole Miss actually has John Rice right here at this front side running back spot. And if you know anything about Ole Miss, he's actually the backup quarterback. He's a heck of a ball player. And right here, what Indiana ends up bringing is they end up bringing 4 strong. So they bring this outside backer and that Mike there. It's a one high coverage. He slides down, and I think it's either a man or they're just think this ball's going to have to come out quickly. So they're looking up the number 1 receiver. But right there you can see they're bringing 4 strong. So they're bringing those 2 backers and getting, again, slide action right there. There's the guard coming across. He's going down the seam. This slot, instead of having the fullback, they now have a slot. He goes right there, and then we've got a vertical right there in that space. Obviously, when you bring 4 strong, you're going to roll to a one high look. Right here, it looks like it could be man, could be zone, not exactly sure. But you see his eyes are actually in the backfield. If he's manned up, he'd be running right there. You can see he sees it late. That ball's already out, and he's already passed him for a big completion there in the bowl game when the game was tied up. But then we'll roll it back. We'll roll it back one more time, and you can see there's the guard coming right there. Slip that guy. Tailback this time, instead of getting out, sees that he's got help picking up that outside linebacker right here, trying to help out the quarterback. Again, quarterback off his back foot, but we're not throwing that thing, we're not lofting it where these safeties and all those guys can converge on it. You got to put that thing on a line. Even if you go back shoulder, that's fine. And John Rice does a great job catching this ball right here. Put that ball on a line. Don't throw him into the safety or corner. Slow him down. He does a great job opening his hips. Now he's rolling in space for a big play in a tight game. This is a good look of it right here. You can see again, there's the guard coming right there for the C gap. Here's the first backer. Tailback aborts that fake and going to the flats and has to pick up this outside backer so that he can get a chance to get the ball out. Just enough of a fake right there to hold that linebacker, get his eyes in the backfield, put it on him. Again, get into the athlete in space right there, let him make a play. Here's the league against Kentucky. He's going there, going vertical, going seam, coming across to the check down. Again, that's John Rice, and they end up pulling this guard right here. Kentucky does a really good job of playing this, sliding to that gap against his forefront. He gets a lot of penetration right there, knocks off this puller so he's not able to set that guy down, and that kind of screws up this entire play. Now he's got the edge, getting in there and ends up sacking Corral right there. But we'll run it back and see exactly how Kentucky plays it as well. They do a pretty good job right here. As he's coming across, they're taking the quickest throws. He's there. That safety actually chases as well, and you can see he's basically locked up there man-to-man, gets his back turned. So you can see what the throw is going to be. It'd be that Mike having to undercut that right there. He's going on that seam vertical, and that safety is chasing right there. So if you have time, you can see that's going to be a tight throw, but you're one-on-one with that Mike. Hopefully you've got that corner's back turned, and you can throw that thing out there. This is one of those that you are going to have to put over the top. It still can't be just a moonshot because, again, those corners and safeties are going to start peaking at some point. But right there, a good 2-ball, not just a line, but not just a moonshot, and let him run underneath it and outrun that middle linebacker. Could have been a big play right there for Ole Miss. But then again, Kentucky's defense just doing the right things, being aggressive, getting penetration right there, getting the edge on that guard, and able to create a sack right there as they cover up the quick throws. This look versus Kentucky, you can see they start an empty set and they end up motion. They're running back here. He goes to the flats. He's coming across that far hash. There's your seam. You got another receiver out here. He's running a go, trying to occupy right there in that fourth of the field. And we'll play it. There's the motion. Ball is snapped. You can see again, everybody's sliding. There's a C-gap player. A lot better job right there. No penetration. And he's right there on that C-gap who's squeezed, squaring him up. He's going right there, hopefully trying to hold that safety. And right there you can see he gets free. If you're really trying to be aggressive on that, you could throw that like almost like a bang 8 into that window, get a completion there. But they want to let that thing work. And you see that Southside linebacker right here is a little bit flat-footed right there, having the fullback run straight at him with that run action. Now he's able to slip him and go vertical. And again, Corral with a strong arm, strong throw right there, puts it on the guy. And before this safety, you can see that safety's trying to converge, that corner's trying to converge. That's why you can't loft that thing way up in the air. Put that thing on his body, good completion on a bigger receiver before that safety and corner can get there for a big play.